Happy July, Gemini. This is your general reading for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And of course, any cross watchers. Welcome and welcome back. Let's see here. We get maturity. What else does Gemini need to know? What else does Gemini need to know? Maturity, the miser, and sorrow. Maturity, the miser, and sorrow. Did you just have a breakup, Gemini? Let's clarify. Let's clarify the miser. All right, too many cards. Let's just get one at a time, please. Please clarify the sorrow. Please clarify the sorrow. All right, so we get maturity and it's clarified by success. We get the miser and it's clarified by healing. We get sorrow and it's clarified by inner voice. So Gemini, this looks like you just had a breakup. It could be a romantic breakup. It could be family. It could even be a best friend, but it looks like there is something that was gelling that is no longer gelling. And it does look like it has been difficult. Someone has removed themselves from the situation and, is feeling some kind of way about it, maybe even talking shit about it. And that's okay. That's very normal behavior when someone hurts our feelings and we don't understand exactly what happened. So it's totally normal behavior. But just understand how long you stay in that low vibrational frequency. It could be difficult to come back up from there. So what your cards are saying, by all means, process your feelings, feel how you feel about it, but then pay attention to what's going on underneath the surface. Sometimes Source is doing for you what you cannot do for yourself, because everything that you have learned from that person or those people, you already learned. And because you will not leave, Source is redirecting you. So here again, it looks like somebody is being very withholding of their energy. It could be you, it could be the other person. What your cards are saying is do yourself a favor and process it. Say, yeah, I understand how that might be hurtful to that person for me to just walk away. Yes, it is really hurtful for the other person to have done what they did, but I also understand with their level of emotional intelligence, maybe that was the best they could do. And in a way, I do feel somewhat relief because I don't have to worry about them anymore, or whatever it may be. It does look like it is growing both you and the other person with the maturity card. And once you see that, this is the moment when all of the energy around it begins to shift and it gets transmuted into something else. So how we look at something is how it will continue to show up for us. So if you decide that you want to reframe the situation as you have grown by leaps and bounds, it will show up more as a growth experience instead of something that was extremely painful. So let's see. What is it that Gemini most needs to know? Is there any advice for Gemini? Is there any advice for Gemini? Is there any advice for Gemini? Okay. So we get base chakra, love begins and triumph. Base chakra, love begins and triumph. So it does look like things are going to only go up from here, because it's creating a very clear foundation for you, even though it might not feel like it. It all depends on how you're looking at the situation. So it does look like you win, even though it might not feel like that right now. You definitely win. And then there is a fresh new start. And it could be a career move. It could be good people come in because you were willing to allow the old to leave. But it does look like it was necessary for a foundation to be created. And you know what? I just went through something really similar to this myself. And while I was going through it, nope, it was not fun. But now I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because the void created the opportunity for new folks, new experiences to come in. I'd been doing so much work on myself. I raised my frequency. And so all the old folks that weren't willing to grow couldn't come along. So the way they left, no, it was not fun, but I'm super grateful because now so many amazing things have entered into that space. So I know it's not fun, but it's definitely worth it if you decide to go through it. So if there is a question that you've always wanted to know the answer to, please focus on that question, yes or no. Ooh, we get the 7 of Swords, and that is a yes. That is a yes. Thank you so much for joining me, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your July general reading. And if you did, in fact, like this video, would you please like this video? It really does help the channel so much, and it helps me to be able to pick up on your energy. So thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your July, and I will see you soon.